Good morning, everyone. It's the Matchday morning chat show with Jazz at the West Ham Irons channel. Very early morning for me. It's around 7 in the morning, doing it really early because I am off to the West Ham Sheffield United game today, kicking off at 3 o'clock. I'm leaving a bit early because I'm going to the West Ham Way event, which is before the game. That's going to be hosted by my good friend's ex-employee, Dave Walker, alongside Frankie, a good friend of the channel, is going to be helping out organise that event. Ian Bishop is coming down from America for the show, and it'll be hosted by Martin Allen, two people that really came into the team when I first started to watch West Ham live, really, which is back in an 89-90 season, which was a Lou Macari, Billy Bond season, and hopefully Ian Bishop will get that Dr. Martens shirt signed for me. I couldn't find a Dagenham Motors shirt, so I don't know what I've done with those. Maybe they're in the loft, but I did see a picture of Bishop wearing that shirt without the sponsors on there, so hopefully that's okay, it works. John Moncur has already signed that for me, and I've got one other signature on there, and I can't figure out who it is at the moment. But yeah, really excited about that. Hopefully we'll get 3 points. Hopefully we'll get our season nicely back on track after a couple of defeats, really. But yeah, it's West Ham, Sheffield United. Sheffield United, as you know, are bottom of the table, 1 point to their name. And yeah, it's kind of a game that hopefully will be setting up positively. That means, with respect, I really want to see Kudos start the game, I think, in place of Souček. I think against Sheffield United, they set up 3-5-1-1, I think, top of my head. So kind of what you want to do with that is you're at home, and I don't want us playing with kind of 3 CDMs. I mean, there's no point. We got to go for it from the beginning, go for the goals. They're going to be really low on confidence after their 8-0 thrashing by Newcastle. The last thing we want to do is sit back, give them the ball, and then, counter-attack is going to work for me. I don't want to do that. I want to be entertained. And for that, got to play Kudos. Whether that's going to be through the middle, behind Antonio, and then you're going to push Paqueta to the wing and then Bone on the other wing, or you're going to push Kudus to the wing, keep Paqueta in the middle. I don't know. Alvarez, Ward-Prowse, they kind of picked themselves, I think. Antonio has to play. We got no other kind of striker up front. I think that's the area that we really messed up in the market. We really needed a striker. I don't think Danny Ings works up front on his own. That's a complete waste by David Moyes and what he's doing for the player, for the tactics, and for the manager and for the fans. I think we've got to look at that. Agard is really concerning me big time. I've been on his back for many weeks now, and you can see a Liverpool game, a couple of games before that, the sending off. He's got to watch his back, especially with Mavropanos kind of fully fit, or near fully fit, and maybe he'll get the nod over Agard after today, before the game, I don't know, but I'm going to be keeping a close eye on Agard. There's one or two things in his game where, sometimes you just want to put your foot through it and clear it. He tries to bring it down and then play with it. I get that, but more often than not, he loses it. There's minimal understanding between him and Zuma and Areola, which is concerning as well, what I mentioned before. I'll kind of keep an eye on that. But yeah, Sheffield United is obviously... the thing is, when you look at the league table, I think the top four are already 3-4 points ahead of us, and there's a couple of teams creeping very closely behind us, including Newcastle and Manchester United. So we definitely, at a minimum, need 3 points, and I'd love there to be a clean sheet. I've got Areola in my fantasy football league, so that's an even bigger reason for that. But yeah, and I don't know why we're not playing Mbeumo up front or alongside Danny Ings. I don't get that, but perhaps that's for another show. Carabao Cup quickly, professional job done, 1-0 Souček goal. We got Arsenal, we've got the Gooners at home. I'm going to be going to that. It's going to be a huge game. Probably take half the day off and take a few of the family members, and let's really get behind the team for that game and show Arsenal up a bit, really. So I'm happy with that draw. It's a home draw, and it could have been easier, but listen, we've got to put a strong team out there, and it's a cup that realistically we can win. So let's kind of really take it seriously. The fans, as always, will get behind the team, and David Moyes pick a good team, good attacking team, and let's put Arsenal under the cosh. Whether Declan Rice will play or not doesn't really bother me, but it's kind of one or two interesting things going on there. There's no trains again. That's another thing why I'm leaving a bit early. I'm driving. There's no trains up and down the country. Another strike. But listen, it's a 3 o'clock kickoff. I love Saturday 3 o'clock kickoffs. I'm a traditional person. I'll get home hopefully in one piece and reasonably early than normal. So I'm happy with that. It's much better than those late Sunday kickoffs. So I'm really, really looking forward to it. And I hope Moisey, starts with one or two creative players. And if there's substitutions are required, mate, you've got to do it early. I think Liverpool game, you waited until the 73rd minute, and even then, I don't know what he's doing. You've got to start making substitutions from the 60th minute onwards, mate. I feel in games between 45 and 65, 70, we're losing a little bit of momentum in the games due to players. Either they're tired or they're just not on form. It needs freshening up. The opposition nearly always make the substitutions before us. So I think we're vulnerable, certainly in terms of goals conceded, going off tangent a bit now. I think we're very vulnerable between the 44th minute, which is leading up to half-time, and then immediately after half-time. I don't know why, but that's kind of the areas where I'm quite concerned about at the moment. So we'll see what that happens. But for me, Sheffield United, listen, I know it's a West Ham. I know what can happen. But hopefully we're going to be professional. Whether we play the high line or not, I don't know, because I don't think they're going to have that many people up front. I think after their drubbing, they're going to be quite defensive. They were beating Spurs 1-0 with going into injury time. They lost 2-1. So there isn't much about them. I think you just got to attack them. But listen, treat them with respect. They've come up. No games are easy in this league, but with our fans behind us, 50, 60,000, the players that we got, including in the window and the value of them, and I know matches ain't played on paper, but on paper we're much stronger than them. It's all about application. Antonio, is he on it? Is he going to track back? Is he going to press? Is he going to look bright? Is he going to be in the centre? Is he going to be in the penalty area to score? Or is he going to be down the wing wasting time? Those are the things I'll be looking at, and we've got to be less wasteful. I think we're being really wasteful recently again. I think at Liverpool we should have at least got one more goal and kind of could have made that game a bit more closer than what it was. So there is a few things to concern me. I don't want a good start to pelter out, and it does make it worse when Arsenal, Spurs are kind of really up there. Thankfully Chelsea are really, really struggling. That's kind of bit better for us, but Newcastle and Man United are right behind us, and if we are to qualify for Europe through the leagues, we've got to just keep it going and put those two defeats. Because, when you're beating Man City 1-0 at sort of half-time and you're drawing with kind of Liverpool and you end up with nothing out of 2 games, it is concerning. And it just goes back to, in-game management by Moyes, substitutions, finishing, and not entirely blaming Antonio. But the problem is when you've only got, one player who plays up front reasonably well, Antonio, and we don't score, or chances go begging, or he's not in the box, that kind of thing. Because you saw Núñez is a proper striker, DNA. You saw his goals, and listen, he had 1 or 2 chances he messed up, but he was there. He got for that goal. He got in for one of his goals. He got in between the 2 defenders, didn't he? And what a finish! That's the DNA. I can't see Antonio scoring those type of goals. Antonio's kind of give it to me when I've got 2 defenders on my back, and then what it is, I'll hold it, I'll flip it, and I'll just bully him out the way and barge my way into the area and somehow score. I like strikers to obviously just go into the box when it's perfect. Sort of, they know where the delivery is going to be, and they get there. They gamble. They get their extra second before the centre back, or they make those runs. That's what I like to see, and that's what you pay for, really. That's why strikers cost the most money. Goals win matches, as you know. So, a few things concerning, a few things to look out for, but really, really hoping and fairly confident that we'll get the 3 points, and then the season will look even better. Despite the 2 recent defeats, we'll be kind of hopefully closer to the top 6 than this morning, really. So so West Ham Way event, I will be filming from there. I will put it out tomorrow, hopefully, whatever footage I get. But really, really looking forward to seeing Ian Bishop. Again, like I said, him with John Moncur, Ben-Yoon, Berkovic, those 4 amazing centre mid players that we used to have, full of skills, could put their foot in, could spray it around, all kinds of passes, short passes, long passes, and more importantly, with that single pass, a bit like Modric in the modern day, they could split a defence open or just put you on the attack. You know, there's very few players like that around at the moment, so yeah, I mean, that's why I kind of missed him, really. And he's captain as well for a while. Really good servant, came from Man City with Trevor Morley. So yeah, I'll do a bit of footage, and more important than that, I think straight after the game, probably outside the ground, maybe near the statues, I will do an immediate full-time instant match reaction from the ground, and hopefully I'll be in a good mood, really. So take care, have a great Saturday. Hopefully when we catch up, it will be a win, it will be Jazz smiling, it'll be 3 points, but you never know. So take care anyway. Matchday morning chat, Jazz, West Ham Irons channel. Take